Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rapoo VT2 Max Gen-2 in a Skyline Violet finish. A 53-gram wireless gaming mouse with a true 8K polling rate, 30,000 DPI sensor and surprisingly competitive price. I've been using this mouse for about a week now and I'm going to break it down in about 5 minutes for you. The design, performance, features and whether this mouse is actually worth your money. Right away, the Skyline Violet colorway makes the mouse stand out. It's a clean matte purple that resists fingerprints better than a glossy coating. This mouse just weighs 53 grams without using the honeycomb and it's still solid and rattle free. Shape wise, it's a medium sized symmetrical design which works well for claw, fingertip and even relaxed palm users depending on your hand size. The buttons feel crisp thanks to 120 million click optical switches, and the scroll wheel has a defined tactile feel for great weapon swaps, and the side buttons are pretty much unmissable. Overall, it's lightweight and sturdy, and for a non-black mouse it's actually a really nice colorway, especially coming in at this price bracket. Performance is actually where this mouse punches above its weight for its price. It uses a 30,000 DPI sensor, 750 IPS and 50G acceleration, which means getting flawless tracking and getting them flick shots when you're gaming in first person shooters is not going to be a problem for this mouse. What separates this mouse at this price range is this true 8K sensor over wireless. You don't need no special dongles or anything like that, and it's just plug and play with 8K. The glide is smooth thanks to large PTF feet, and if you're picky you can even adjust the lift off distance between 0.7 and 1.7 millimeters in the software. Overall, this mouse performs like something a lot more expensive. The coating on the Skyline Violet isn't glossy, which actually makes it feel a little bit more grippy, and of course you can make them little adjustments while you're playing as well. The side buttons, they're really easy to reach and they're really not in the way, to be honest. All the buttons feel great, they're all very tactile and nice to use, and the only really nitpicky thing I would say is the DPI buttons on the top. They do feel a little loose compared to what I'm used to, but that's me being super nitpicky. And the shape itself is actually pretty comfortable. I've got around medium sized hands and you can use this with fingertip or claw grip without any issues. I actually palm grip this as well and it's fine. I have no issues with the actual shape of this mouse. So in terms of features, this mouse actually does support dual mode, so you can use this over the 8K dongle or you can use it wired while charging at the same time, so you're never without this mouse if your battery does die. And talking about batteries, Rapoo rates this mouse for 750 hours using the 1K polling rate. Using Rapoo's software, you can customize DPI in small increments, change polling rates, remap all 10 buttons and set up macros. There's onboard memory too, so once your settings are saved, you can unplug it and take your profile anywhere. You can also adjust the X and Y axes on your DPI. So if you want a faster Y axis compared to X, then by all means go for it, but I am not that crazy. If you do actually use that as a setting, leave a comment below because I would love to hear. So let's talk about the pros and cons. For the price, the VT2 Max is super competitive at this price. You're getting features built into this mouse that literally other competitors are twice, maybe 3 times even the price. So I'm just going to go over some pros and cons now, as I mentioned, and here's my thought. The mouse is pretty light, coming in at 53 grams without any honeycomb cutouts, which I think is pretty impressive. You've got your true 8K polling over wired or wireless, excellent 30K DPI sensor. I've had no issues with this whatsoever. A long battery life, okay, not 750 hours in 8K, but 1K is more than enough for general gamers, so that is a big plus in my book. I think these optical switches are really nice, they're really tactile and responsive. I've got no issues with them, they never miss a beat. I must say, this colorway, I think this is a positive in my eyes. I really love this Skyline Violet, or purple if you're normal. It really stands out on the desk. And my last pro is actually the web software and also the fact that this mouse has built-in memory. I hate it when a mouse doesn't have built-in memory because as soon as you move away from your desk, it's back to default. So I do have a couple cons with this, and honestly, they're so minor, I wouldn't even worry about it at this price range. It's kind of to be expected. So as I did mention, the DPI buttons do feel a little bit loose, but how often are you pressing them? I don't think it's really that much of an issue, but I thought I would mention it. The software itself is fine. I'm happy that it's a web driver, but I think there's definitely room for improvement on that. I haven't got a problem with the shape, but I do think Rapoo have played it a little bit safe here, and it's probably not as ergonomic as it could be. But overall, the pros really do outweigh the cons on this mouse. So is the Rapoo VT2 Max worth buying? Is it worth your money? Absolutely. If you're looking for a lightweight, high performance gaming mouse without breaking the bank, I think Rapoo are definitely onto something. And not just this mouse, they've actually been doing some really good stuff. I've seen their ergonomic mouses and stuff like that competing with much bigger brands at, well, half the cost really. But that is my breakdown of the VT2 Max. If you've got any questions or you enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a subscription, and don't forget to comment with them questions. But for now, I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.